Hi, my name is Alex, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. And if you're coming back, well then, welcome back. And I'm just going to get right into it. So I've been seeing a lot online about Camilla, who is, if you're not aware, an influencer and then turned OnlyFans model. And she has been kind of blowing up recently because she is now selling a course. And am I surprised? Honestly, not at all. But it's so scammy, and I just want to start by watching her video, kind of this testimonial, and then I want to get into the part that I think nobody is talking about, because everybody is breaking down why they think it's a scam, why they think she's taking your money, and yes, I agree that it is definitely a scam, but there's a part that nobody is really acknowledging, and it is the role that attractiveness plays in this entire dynamic, or even the progression of her career, I would say.
Becoming her.
Becoming her. Becoming her.
Becoming her.
Becoming her.
Becoming her. Becoming her.
I want to end me.
I'm sorry I'm pausing it so soon, but why is it so dramatic? I feel like I'm about to watch an action movie. The yacht, there's a lot going on.
I want to end me.
I'm scared.
I've gained over 30 million followers and made over $20 million. And yeah, mostly through OnlyFans. But today, I quit.
All right, so she starts off, I'll just summarize it so we don't have to watch the entire thing together. It's about 15 minutes. She just talks about how she has immigrant parents and she had a difficult upbringing, and then they bring the dad in who just cannot stop crying. Obviously, his daughter retired him, and the mother as well. And she was excited about going to school, and it was her parents' dream for her to go to college. And it obviously didn't turn out as expected, but she started working at a local bar and I think another place, and she was trying to make some extra money. I'll let her continue.
Through one of the jobs I had, I ended up having the opportunity to meet someone that worked for Mr. Beast, and in turn allowed me to have the opportunity to work around Mr. Beast and his crew. I became really good friends with Carl, Nolan, Tariq, and when they would film videos, specifically the Squid Game video, they just called me up and they were like, hey, do you want to come and film this video tomorrow? I was like, yeah, let's do it. I showed up the next day and it just felt like I was filming with my friends. I didn't really think anything of it. But when that video released, it was insane.
The player 067 is getting everyone's attention.
67 and Mr. Beast Squid Game.
That's right, we found 067 on Instagram.
I was very quickly watching my best friend go viral, and it was really rewarding.
Okay, right off the bat, she's going to go on at the end of the video trying to sell a course to viewers about how you can also reach the same level of success through social media that she has, how she's going to teach you her ways, her secrets, whatever. You knew fucking Mr. Beast. Nobody, why are we not acknowledging that? We're talking about how this is a scam, this and that. You knew Mr. Beast. I don't just run into him every day. Oh, I met PewDiePie. I sound old saying that. But this part drove me insane. And it's like, yeah, it's obviously going to blow up. But the main thing that really made me want to start this video in the first place is how everybody saw her and said, who is 67? Who is, oh, that stupid 6'7" meme.
6'7".
And started picking her out, and why I think attractiveness really plays a role in that. Because let's say I were to get on that Squid Games video and just be one of the contestants, you would not have the comments, and I don't think I'm ugly. I do not think I'm drop dead gorgeous though, like Camilla, because she is very beautiful. I don't think people would be going in the comments in the same way and asking what my Instagram handle is and who is she, who is that. We really can't deny the fact that, especially in her initial blow up right here, I do think that her beauty played a little bit of a role, if not a lot of that role.
You may think that that's why I got to where I am today. But in reality, that's one of the worst things that can happen to someone. For them to feel and...
Okay, let's be for real. One of the worst things in this economy in the world right now, girl, you gotta be kidding me. Get off the yacht, come back to reality. Part that is making this more of a scam is her telling everybody else, well, you can do this too. Even within this story, there's a level of privilege for her to be able to drop out of college like she did, to be able to just go all in on social media and just put all of your time, effort, resources towards that. We are on platforms here that are very visual oriented, and even where they have algorithms, like on TikTok, for instance, that like look at your facial symmetry, pick up certain elements and then promote that to more people. And maybe like it places you on more For You pages or whatever it may be. But the platforms do prioritize attractiveness, or even the virality of the Mr. Beast video. People in the comments were looking at her attractiveness and they wanted her Instagram. The final part of her video that I want to play is this because I'm just gonna play it.
I was studying videos. I was posting consistently. I doubled down. And when I realized that more views equals more money, it was fucking game over. I was unstoppable.
We all know that getting more views will get you more money, and I just can't. The immediate cut to the yacht. So the two parts in her story that I truly feel are maybe attributed to attractiveness would be, first of all, like I said, the Mr. Beast video where everybody pointed her out, and second of all, her OnlyFans blowing up or getting as big as it did. Having such massive success on a platform like OnlyFans or any social media platform really requires time and dedication and editing, filming, so much effort. So she did put that work in fully, completely. I give her credit for putting that work in. Would people want to see her results though of that work if maybe she wasn't like fucking drop dead gorgeous? Maybe not. So we can't ignore that part. Now, I want to take a look at Jessica Valenti, who is a feminist and author. She mentions that anytime a woman does something, it's attributed to her looks. Career progression can be blamed on sleeping with someone to move up, or you only get there because you looked a certain way. And I don't want to say this completely. I believe that it's a combination of factors in Camilla's case, where her beauty is playing a role, but also her hard work obviously got her very far as well. It was a combination of both. I believe that women have a very complex relationship with attractiveness, where attractiveness is contradictory. It's the asset that women are desiring to covet and are taught to worship. Yet if you possess too much, you become the object of envy, resentment, and you may even have your humanity diminished in its presence. And by that, I mean reaching that level of beauty means the world may no longer view you as a fully fleshed out person, but rather a separate being, an unattainable, shiny object, where we view it like they're in a bubble and it's completely unattainable and you never have real world problems affect you. You're not just beautiful and then all of a sudden you have no problems. So I do want to say that about her. I don't think that she didn't have the rough background that she details in the beginning of the video, or that her parents didn't have a hard time coming to the country because she said she had immigrant parents. She still did have to deal with other mundane problems, and she did somewhat lead a normal life up to the virality when she went to college and she worked jobs, and all of that sounds very normal. So it's not like she's just this superhuman, and well, she's making it look like that with the intro on the yacht and everything. But yeah, ironically, I am contributing in part to the problem by saying that some degree of her success is due to attractiveness. So I do want to be self-aware there. But the world is warped and does value that as an asset, although we may wish that it were based on just hard work alone. The next thing that I want to talk about is how much I think that books, TV shows, and media reflect social structures and beliefs, and the endless trope of ugly duckling turned pretty, and then how that got them more attention, or maybe they were overlooked, and then you have that glow up scene or the makeover scene, and it's like fun music and they're trying on outfits and changing their hair, doing whatever, and all of a sudden they step out looking completely different, more polished or in tune with societal beauty standards, and all of a sudden men are like in a comical way breaking their neck and giving them attention, and then the romantic interests and prospects open up for them. And strangely, as I hate to admit it, there is a satisfying feeling that the viewer has seeing this, because you, who is humbled by the struggle of day-to-day life, can vicariously live through this fictional woman who is in your shoes and then transforms to come out on top. and to be thriving and successful, and all due to some quick cosmetic fixes. And it's almost following the same path that Camilla is showing in this video, where she starts out as this normal person just like you, and now all of a sudden she is where she is. Although it is gratifying to see that progression and finally everybody gives you the respect you deserved and they find out who you were internally all along, it's really not the real world. Not everybody will become viral. Not everybody will change their outfit and their hair and then they walk into their high school and now your crush is in love with you. I could make a website right now with a video at the top, which is, by the way, what she did, and it looks very scammy based on the format alone. But I could go on right now and say, get your crush to fall in love with you. All you have to do is this, and then you need to meet beauty standards. And then I would put a $6,000 price on it. I believe that's how much she is actually charging for this course, which is disgusting because these are vulnerable people, somebody who would fall for this. Maybe you have somebody who's financially struggling. So after all, that is what we'd like to believe happens after we finally get the haircut or change our wardrobe. And I believe this trope actually plays into a lot of women's upkeep and beauty standards that we have today, and why we do spend so much time primping and preening and working out, and because we're trying to get the love of everyone around us because we believe that's what will finally make us happy. Even though we know deep down that's not true, it's what we've been taught, so you kind of can't blame people for that. Some examples I've seen that I just want to touch on. It's a dystopian fiction / romance novel, The Selection. It's by Kiara Cass. They were going to make a movie and they didn't, and I'm so upset about it. But it's one of my favorites growing up, and looking back now, there are definitely some problems where the attractiveness of the protagonist was a push in the plot. So the book is about a formerly United States turned into the dystopian Ilya. It's a country where citizens are basically separated into a sort of caste system, and 35 girls are selected based on headshots to live in the castle, and it's kind of this reality TV show-esque competition to win over Prince Maxon. So 16-year-old American singer, that's our protagonist, she had the opportunity to be selected because she has this perfect balance. She's like beautiful, yet plain and simple. And she was attractive enough to be picked, like literally picked.
So pick me. Choose me. Love me.
But the problem lies in the contrast between her simple looks and emphasizing her preference for minimalistic jewelry, unlike the conniving Celeste, and she's a girl who is more overtly concerned with appearance. It's shaming the character Celeste for caring about the way she looks and wanting to be a bit more ornate with her presentation. It really does have a lot of harmful stereotypes against women, and I wish that I had known that growing up, but my dumbasses just picked up the book and had fun. I almost think that even Camilla's life falls into the trope of I was leading a normal life and then I was picked. Like, maybe Mr. Beast is what we need to talk about here. Maybe, you know what, scrap this whole video. Maybe it's not even attractiveness at all. Maybe it's just knowing fucking Mr. Beast. But the worst part about all of this is it's somewhat backed up by research. On January 23rd, 2025, there was a new study published in the Informs journal Information Systems Research that revealed the link between physical attractiveness and career progression. And it was a rare case where they actually studied people over the course of 15 years, and they could look at their career progression and how the way they looked influenced that. The group that they chose were MBA graduates. I hate AI, but they used AI to analyze the attractiveness of these individuals, and they found out that they enjoyed a 2.4% beauty premium over 15 years, earning an average of $2,508 more annually than their less attractive peers. And even for the top 10% of the most attractive individuals, this premium increased to $5,528 per year. And even over a 15-year period of time, attractive individuals were found to have more prestigious career titles, and they were 52.4% more likely. That is disgusting. It should be based on obviously hard work and qualifications or your educational background. I believe that this study actually can be taken into account because they were all MBA graduates, they were on level footing. And seeing the progressions or the way that they made more money, it is just completely unfair, to be honest. So what I'm saying isn't completely unfounded. And I really don't want to disagree with what Jessica Valenti says about discrediting women's career to sleeping with somebody or being beautiful. Because Camilla is not just this case where she was beautiful and now all of a sudden she's a billionaire. I don't know how much money she has, but there was a yacht, for God's sake. So I just want to wrap this up, and that was my take on the Camilla situation. For sure, it's a scam. Please do not buy it. $6,000, who the fuck has that? For more views equals money? We know this already. You don't need to give her your money for that. If you want to see more from me, I made a video about the Starbucks Bear Cop and about overconsumption in Halloween. So check those out if you're interested. I post new videos every month, and bye!